Yes, yo. Moto. All right, you're welcome to Popcorn, the life of Mode 9. I was like given a choice whether I'll do some construction work because I got really good grades. Bida Poly, HND, building technology. I got good grades. So I could have worked at any construction company in Abuja. If I'd done construction was actually booming in Abuja. It still is. Good money. But I was like, yo, follow your dream. So I said I wanted to rap. And that's where I started recording my album, finished the album, but things were happening here and there. 6 Foot Plus's album came out. Terry the Rap Man's album came out. We were the first people to have it in these little paper jackets. We were the first people to do that. Solodi traveled to France and he did that. So I was in Abuja at that time. After school, I was in Abuja. Then trying to do the SWAT route thing, trying to record stuff for my album. We were basically just doing little shows here and there. Shot a video for It's About to Get Ugly. Shout out to Blast, rest in peace, Blast. Well, I went to Cairo, that's a G-Links' studio, and we shot some parts in G-Links' basement. His basement, Orisuna Basement Studios. And then it was me, Mr. Baron, me and Baron, we made that trip to Cairo with the cameras and everything. And then TK, shout out to TK, my barber TK. He's a really good dude. I met him through LD. He was hanging with us at that time, and then I just say, hey TK, you're gonna be in my video. All I want you to do is just say Mode 9, Mode 9, Mode 9, Mode 9. And we filmed him doing that. Then Rule Clean didn't follow us, so we just shot Rule Clean and 6 Foot Plus. It was just chop here and there, and then we'll go to the editor. Shout out to Dickball. Dickball edited It's About to Get Ugly. I went to the guy and I told him, we're gonna edit this video. Paid him. Solodi had already dropped the budget and everything. I paid Dickball. And he started editing. At that time, we don't just give the guy money and then he shoots and then he edits and then he now calls us, we come and see it or send it to your phone. Nope. We would actually sit down with the guy and say, cut this here. You sit down for hours. It was tedious. But when we finished that video and people watched it, they were like, wow. And Groovoids was a program, MBI, Groovoids. It was popping, a music program. We had people like Tipsy Dog, people like Ivory, people like Blue, people like Elfrida. They were the hosts of that show, so they gave my video a lot of airplay. They played my video a lot. Also, Emmanuel Uguli, so he too did a lot of hookups for us. He gave my video to Kenny Ogungbe. So I remember going to Lagos with 6 Foot Plus, and I think we met Kenny. And Kenny was like, yo, I like that your song. I was like, I felt he was the last person to show me that much love. That is why a lot of people wonder why at that time, why didn't Mode 9 diss certain people? The reason was, we used to make fun of them at home, just joking around, making fun of them. Go and do a song to go and diss someone you don't know. I didn't know this guy, even though they say yes, hip-hop is confrontation, you got to do it. But we were in Nigeria, people were just trying it. The game was wide open, man. And I just felt that in order for you to prove that you are the best, just do something epic and let the people decide. So I didn't have time to go against any of these guys, even though we used to make jokes about them. I'm not gonna lie. But meeting Kenny showed me a lot of love. So I had nothing but love for Kenny and D1. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't really care what people said about them. A lot of people say, they did this, they did that. But Kenny played my music and he did not ask me for nothing. He played my music on radio. He played my video on his TV show. So me and Six, we went to Ray Power. Let me tell you one funny thing that happened when we went to Raypa radio station. Now we got there. Hey, SWAT Root Boys from Abuja. And we just landed. We just came out with our t-shirts. SWAT Root and the woman in charge of the videos at Raypa. Is it the TV station? Yeah, the woman in charge of the video, she just looked at her and was welcome, Abuja boys, welcome. Yeah, welcome. So we said, what do you have for us? Then we just we gave her the videos, we gave her the promo CDs that we did in Abuja, nicely packaged promo CDs that Chicks did the design for everything, and then we gave the woman. Do you know what the woman now asked us? Me, 6 foot plus. I think Terry was Terry. I'm not sure if Terry was there. Maybe Terry or Odie. Maybe Ruklin was with us. She now said, So, is this all? What about the needle? What about the needle? 6 foot plus was like, what needle? The needle that we are going to use to sew the cloths now. And we didn't know that the needle was the payola. We didn't know that then. So no needle. And we're still confused, like, what? See, there's no clues here now. So what do you mean by needle? Then we just realized, they're asking for money. But we're like, yo, we were not giving money to give you. We didn't know that it was like that, for real. Like, innocently, we just thought that people would just feel us, would just go to Lagos, and they'll love us because MBI had been playing our music. We were getting a lot of airplay on MBI and, raising eyebrows. Shout out to Joker, DJ T, Joker. She was working in Music Africa, and yeah, she was giving us a lot of hype. She left MBI to Music Africa, and she was giving us a lot of hype then.
Conquer.
So we didn't know that, you have to actually drop something. You have to drop something in order for it to be popping.
Story.
And we ended up
Part
leaving
1.
the material
Part
there.
2.
I don't know
Aftermath.
I didn't check to see if they played it. They showed us love, but we just left it there. We're like, whatever. And we went home. Several times. Went there, and they had this big auditorium. The school was Futmina. That's
Our work is finished,
University of
Luke.
Technology, Mina. It was way better than Bida Poly. They had a nice auditorium.
Lord Raiden.
I am merely Raiden now. You have proven worthy to take my place as the new protector of Earthrealm once it is restored.
You honor me, Raiden.
The honor is mine, Lord Liu Kang. The sands of time are now yours to shape. It falls upon you to architect a new history.
The fate of all realms in my hands? Raiden, I cannot do this alone.
I shall advise you for as long as my mortality allows. But have no doubt, you are up to the task.
Then together, let us begin.
Almost, do some certain things, I was like, man, we're rappers, man. We don't need that. He was like, no. We do. We have to be different. So I remember us going to Mina to perform.
You're welcome to Popcorn, the life of Mode 9. popcorn.
Alright, hi guys, this is Popcorn, Life of Mode 9. It's a movie. Grab your popcorn, start chewing away. Alright, last week I basically just talked about, you know, just little things that happened to me here and there. How me and my first partner went to Mina to go and perform. And it was crazy because I was actually telling one story and I just jumped into that story. And I want to even finish off the main story I was talking about, how we did a show at 123 Gym in Mina. And the video footage of that performance, I think it's still on, it's on YouTube, yeah. There's video footage of that performance, me and Terry the Rap Man doing It's About to Get Ugly. It was crazy. You know, those were the good old days. I remember when Solo D did a show in University of Abuja, and we actually had P Square on the bill. We paid P Square to perform. We invited Rough, Rugged and Raw, Nitro. They all came. Nitro, that's Big Time Luciano, and Kadeem the Magnificent. Then Rough, Rugged and Raw, we had J Gangster, B-Right, and Hangman. Shout out to those brothers, because those brothers are the guys that were really holding it down for hip-hop back then. Nobody seems to be talking about the old soldiers, the guys that, you know, really did the groundwork for this hip-hop industry. But I'm going to talk about them because they did their bit, you know, they did their thing, and it'll be so unfair to just ignore them, the fact that they exist. Even so-called shows, award shows, they never ever recognize these soldiers, but it's all good. We're gonna talk about them regardless. So yeah, we did that show. The show was good. Paid the guys. Everybody got paid except us because it was our show. You know, I did extra work, running around, going to the hotels, you know, just arranging stuff. And then after that, I think we did some more shows. Did some more shows here and there. I later on met a guy called Dogman. Douglas Jecken. For those, yeah, we used to call him Dogman back then in Abuja. He was working for Rhythm, and he came to the crib with Chooks the Spaceman. Now they had Wiz. At first, when they came with the Wiz. Now the Wiz had already told them, these guys, they're very bad guys. These guys are not good guys. But you see, Douglas was already playing It's About to Get Ugly. I wasn't really listening to Rhythm Radio in Abuja. I wasn't listening to radio much, so I wouldn't know. I didn't know who he was. So I came to the crib, and you know, they weren't really saying much. You know, Wiz just came, whatever, man. Then I think we had a little bust up with Wiz here and there, just little things, man. So later on, Douglas saw me somewhere and he was like, hey, what are you doing, man? You're doing this music thing. While you're doing the music thing, would you like to come and, you know, work at Rhythm? And I was like, man, I wouldn't mind. So what I was doing is that he'll just come to the crib, he'll pick me, scoop me up, and then we'll go to Rhythm. We'll just do his show together. I wasn't even a staff, nothing. I would just be on his show. So I was doing that a lot, doing it. So JJ, I knew JJ from Lagos because I used to go to Rhythm to hang out with my main man, LD. Lockdown Dom, he was working at Rhythm. He's been working there since probably 98 or something like that. So JJ saw me, because JJ came to Abuja and he saw me, he was like, Mode 9, what's up, man? You want to work here? And I said something, he said, He said, at first when they're trying to get the job,
Your grievance does
they're
not
there
fully
early.
shake
They're
soul.
always early. But when you give them the job, they're always late. Now, he must have not known who I was. So I just chuckled, I laughed, you know. Then he told me to do a little audition thing. So I went into the production room. Shout out to DJ Yodi. DJ Yodi was there. He did the little production thingy for the audition, the Mode 9 audition. You have to just introduce yourself. Hi, blah, 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 blah. My name is Mode 9, this, that. I want to play music, blah, blah, blah. Talk about something, and then that's it. They just want to hear you sign on, and then the texture of your voice and see if you can flow. If you can do everything,
we will proceed with your plan, Shang Tsung.
So after that, I think they checked it out, and they were like, okay,
operate the hourglass.
You know.
But Night Wolf and
so they started me off, and I was working there. I was working at Rhythm. But working in a radio station is not as easy as you think. Like, I got people attacking me, telling me I'm always playing hip-hop. Yes, I did play a lot of hip-hop, because I was a hip-hop cat, but yeah.
Faith in anyone.
I tried my best, did play some nice R&B because I know music. Did play some nice soul. They tried to punish me at one time.
I will try.
They tried to punish me, and they changed my show to Rhythm of the Night. That's 10 o'clock to 12 midnight. Meaning you can only play mid-tempo and slows and everything. But I had a ball. I was like putting some nice, putting together some Richie, and then I made up this character. I made up this character called DJ Sugar Sugar. Ray. There's 2 sugars and 3 Rays. I was having fun with it. The phone lines weren't really working, so I was just playing music and having a ball. Yeah, those were the good days, man. Then there was a guy. They made him head of station, and he started trying to pick on me. So he said that they should. He said I insulted him on air. That they should suspend me. So they suspended me, right? They suspended me. Very few people know about this. They suspended me, and you know what I did? I took the first flight. Shout out to Abu Marwa. He just gave me a flight ticket. Boom. Al-Barakat Airways. I just took the first flight to Lagos, and I went to go and promote my music and doing shows. I didn't care. So I got a call from JJ, and he said, man, Mold, what happened? This is I respect JJ. He asked me what happened. I explained everything to him. And then he was like, okay. So in the meeting, they were pushing for me to get Douglas, I had Douglas on my side, I had JJ on my side. I was like, man, not fair, nothing. Even if they sack me, whatever, I'll just continue doing my music. They just called me back. JJ called me and said, Mold, where are you? I said, I'm in Lagos. He said, be back in Abuja by Monday. So I got back to Abuja, and then they started underlining guidelines to me. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you have to be in that. But I was never late. I was always early. I was never late to work. I was always early. And yeah, the people that were listening to Mode 9 on Rhythm 94.7, they loved me, man. Because I was always on time. No job. But yeah, I was always on time. I did my job, man. I always gave them little tidbits. I had this thing that I used to do on Thursday nights, Temple of Hip Hop. They loved that too. So I got back, and they were trying to tell me, do this, do that. Yeah, like, what kind of stupid punishment is this? I was like, man, come on, man. What? I had a show. LD had a show for me in Port Harcourt. It was me and Two-Face. The Indispensables won a competition where they would get, like, it was a kind of like competition, a song competition for artists. The winner would get a record deal. And Indispensables won that competition. It was me and Two-Face performed that show. That was like in 2004. I think. Yeah, 2004. Me and Two-Face performed. So when I was supposed to go for that show, like that show was on a Saturday, I was gonna fly from Abuja to Port Harcourt. They now called me that I should cover up for some guy on a Saturday. And I told them, nah, I'm not doing it. And they were like, hey, you gotta consider, it's either you go or you come back and something might happen to your job again. I'm like, man, I don't care, man. That's not my job, man. My show is Monday 2 to 4, Tuesday 2 to 4, Wednesday 2 to 4, Thursday 2 to 4, Friday 2 to 4. Then I come back in the evening for dance party with Mr. D, Douglas. And that's it, So I went to do the show, got paid, came back, and they all kept quiet. And you know what? We on-air personalities were like given a break for December. It was just the DJs that were playing. And I had made up my mind. I was like, you know what? I've had enough of these guys, man. These guys, you know what? There was a time we had a meeting, right? We had a meeting, and somebody sold me out. Somebody, I think it was the guy in the library. Some certain guys, I just don't want to mention their names. I'm not trying to hype anybody. They sold me out. This is what they told the bosses. They said, Mode 9 only plays his friends' music. Or not. And I was like, well, whatever. So when we're at the meeting.
You consort with
And then
Earth
Roy
realmers
Bruce was like,
now.
yo, he heard
His
that.
business
We
is
heard that
none of
Motown only
yours,
plays his friends' music, man. What's up with that?
My
Then I now said,
business is
at
collecting
least I
what
don't
Shao
take money
Kahn
from
wants.
whack artists to play their music.
He will pay
Now, which
handsomely for you.
whack music have I played? Have I played any music that doesn't sound nice? And this is around the time when 6 Foot Plus went to Lagos and brought some CDs, rooftop MCs. I've never met the brothers in my life. I just put it in the CD player and it was like, therapy, dang, dang, imi, gang. I was like, what? Hip hop and it's gospel? Man, this is hard. I didn't even know what the brothers looked like. There was no picture on it. It was just a plain CD. So,
by protecting Shanks.
and then imagine these guys accusing me of playing only my friends' music. I didn't even know these guys. What I used to do was I'll go to the library and sit down and just put random CDs that I see lying on the table. I put random CDs in and be listening to them for just good songs. If the song is good, I don't need to know the artist. I just play it. And there I was in a meeting, and these guys were accusing me of playing only my friends' music. At least I wasn't collecting money from people to play whack music. So, I mean, Douglas, shout out to Douglas. Douglas was always holding me down for a brother, man. He was always holding me down for a brother. So he invited the guy that snitched. He invited the Tekashi 6ix9ine guy outside for fisticuff. The guy that obviously didn't go because Douglas knows kickboxing. So yeah. That was how those meetings used to go. They were just very negative. The energy in those meetings weren't really good. I didn't like the meetings because all they do is sit down and throw stones at each other. They always try to talk me and Douglas down. Whereas, as at that time, we were the two guys that were holding it down. We just sad that the signal wasn't very strong because of where we were located on a rock. It wasn't very strong in town, but people in Malabar and Nyanya, they got us clear. So we were kind of like cult heroes in that area.
Thank you, Great Spirit.
Yeah. You know, there was also a team we did a show. Man, we did so many shows. We did a show, we took did the show. After we did the show, there was a problem. The guys that organized it with us, they decided not to let us in. Funny enough, LD came all the way from Port Harcourt for the show, and they didn't let us in. Our own show.
Katana has defeated
When we go,
Shao
to make
Kahn.
matters worse, when we got back to rhythm,
always had more ego than skill.
the station manager claimed that he didn't know nothing about it, that we used rhythm airtime to hype the show. And that was terrible, man. Like, and then we both asked him, hey, I don't want to mention the guy's name.
Let's go to your
We're like,
island
hey,
now
but
and take the
you
crown.
told us to do it.
No
Yeah, you told us.
detours.
And the guy was
A
like,
rather
nope,
public
nope.
arrival.
That is
at
when I knew that the
Colosseum
radio
makes
business
that
was messed
impossible.
up, man.
Chronicle's
So,
outworld allies will inform her
in
of our
January
presence.
2005,
Going to my island now.
when we were supposed to
Could be
resume,
ambushed by
I just went there and I just gave them my resignation letter and I swore, you know what, I don't think radio is for me, man. These guys,
But whose
I
help?
don't think it's for me,
We
man.
can't recruit any
They
of our
can't
allies
just be
without
kicking me
altering
around
this
like this.
timeline's events.
So I quit and I took all my things and I moved to Lagos. Now this is the next chapter of my life. For next week is Mode 9 in Lagos. How things change.
Sindel's a revenant.
When you're a
Who's
radio,
restored to
when you're a
life.
radio personality, everybody loves you.
Who
Everybody
plays
wants to,
no
be
major
your
part
friend.
in the battles that
And
lie
then when you
ahead.
quit that,
We can safely
you now go
recruit
swim
her
with the
without
sharks.
disrupting events. It's a
people's
tactic
true
Chronicles
colors started showing.
unlikely
So
to
yeah,
anticipate.
next week I'm gonna talk about what
She was
happened
Shao Kahn's
when I got to
empress,
Lagos
his
in
equal
January
in evil.
2005.
Because he had her.
I'll see you guys next week. Popcorn, it's a
Returning
movie.
Sindel to life will restore her original, more heroic self.
And if we fail? The Sindel I knew wiped out most of Earthrealm's champions in a single battle. If Nightwolf hadn't sacrificed himself, she would have killed them all.
And that is the power we need to assure victory against Cetrion. Sindel is the key.
And I suppose restoring her will be easy.
Anything but. We can use Earthrealm's Jinsei to heal Sindel's body. But to break Quan Chi's spell and revive her soul, we will need
Lord.
You're welcome to Popcorn, the life of Mode 9.
Yeah.
Popcorn.
Popcorn, the life of Mode 9, the podcast. So yeah, I moved to Lagos in January 2005. Now, I was a Lagos dude before going to Abuja. I was brought up in Lagos. When we came back from London, we lived in Lagos, man. For most of my life, I've been in Lagos. So, but I actually started doing my music proper. Like, people started like taking note of Mode 9 from when I was doing my music in Abuja. So they just clearly thought that, hey, he's from the north. When I went to Lagos and I do the little interviews here and there, they always ask me one question: hey, when are you gonna go back? I was like, I just realized that if I tell them I'm not going back, there's a problem. So I'm like, I'm going back next week. So I was always lying to them, like, I'm going back next week. So I think after like a few weeks,
Access to
like,
outworld
cash
soul
flow
chain.
was low. I stayed in my brother's house, and sometimes
You
I'll
have a
be
different
inside
plan,
the
Night Wolf?
house. I'll be
better
in the
one.
house just sitting down, man, depressed.
One hint of betrayal, sorcerer,
Aren't you going out?
and we will finish you.
And he would just give
Where
me
do
some
we
money.
start?
Like, yo, you have to
Earthrealm.
go out.
To acquire
Nothing
the
good.
Jinsei.
Now, this was before social media. Stuff. But now you can be at home and not leave your house and make all the money, do all the trading you want, do your forex, do your videos, do your YouTube, your mukbang, your ASMR. You can do it from home now. But back then,
Shang
you
Tsung,
what did it?
Fujin, Nightwolf,
Nothing.
all
So
were
all I
seen
used to
in the
do was I didn't
Colosseum.
even have a laptop. then.
How is that possible?
I didn't own a laptop.
It should
All I
not
did
be.
was
Those
sit
cast
down,
into
have
the
a
void
walk,
do
man.
not return.
I didn't.
If Shang
Yeah, it was a
Tsung
disc,
were
man.
to
I had a
I
disc.
am aware, Garrus.
I had
Take
CDs,
Frost
so
and
I was
find
listening
them.
to music and
We must discern from
Right.
when and
Here and
whence
there.
they came.
So I used to go hang out with Sound Sultan and Babadi. Now listen, Babadi, years before 2005, like 3 years
That would
before
be
then,
sufficient.
in 2002, when I left Abuja for a couple of months, and I was in Lagos.
You two may
I hung out
leave.
with Sultan and Babadi.
I'll stay
They gave me
behind
my
to secure
first
the
paid
grotto.
show.
Your aid
That is why I
is
got
not
so much love
required.
for Sound Sultan and his brother Babadi. I was chilling in their house and everything, we just talking, and then there was a show that somebody gave them. They didn't want to go for the show, so Babadi took the phone from Sultan. He was hyping me. He was like, "Do you know Mode 9? One of the baddest rapper based in Abuja." He sold me to the guy.
These traps
The money
are
that
excellent.
he paid me was like 70K.
Who knew the Shaolin was so diabolical?
70,000 naira is a lot of
From
money then,
you,
man.
that's high
Real
praise.
dope. So I did the show, you know.
Indeed.
So it was a fashion show they had. It was 2 shows. One show in Port Harcourt, the Rugged and Anomalous for Natural Food. One show in Port Harcourt and one show in Lagos. And the show in Port Harcourt, the first show,
Nightwolf,
there was an incident
Shang
when we
Tsung,
jumped on the bus
come.
and we were going. It was a
Kronika
fashion
is
show with
keen to
models.
question
So there
you.
was this guy called Charles. This was everything. Looked crazy. But then I didn't know who the hell he was. I wanted to go in the front. He was get down. Get down what? I get so much thing. So the guys are to the models, way better than have to hear all the models. A lot of all these female models, there were a lot of them, and the guys were like
Kronika isn't the future, Frost.
There was a
Seen
guy,
it.
Gideon.
Join us on the right side of history.
The only
the junior
side is
brother of a girl that I went to
Kronika's.
school with.
My place in her new
Matilda.
era is
So he was there
assured.
too, but he was a good player. Gideon was a good player.
Fight!
We exchanged numbers. I went to the other one. So we started the journey from Port Harcourt. From Lagos to Port Harcourt by road. It's not a small journey. It's just short, long journey. So we were going and then we lost them. I think their driver was a dead guy. What's wrong with we blew a gasket. Fix it. Hours to fix. You know what happens when you blow a gasket? Spent a lot of money fixing it. We fixed it. We continued our journey and it was getting dark. When we got to the beginning, we just saw a trailer. Fuck. Yeah, Chiefs are on the road. Chiefs are on the road. U-turn and we'll go to the hotel, the road. We drove into the hotel. And we booked rooms and we crashed. We slept until the next day to continue our journey. The guy actually showed us a bullet hole trailer. So, in the morning we woke up and we just realized that the police that was supposed to be on that road were in the same hotel we were in. I was like, man, oh, come on. But we made it. We made it to Port Harcourt. We got there. We did the show.
Nothing is assured, Frost.
Man, the show. Not too many people came for the show, but man, I didn't care, man. I was performing my heart. Same thing with the second show in Lagos. That's where I met Frank. But I'd met them before. Just hung out. They performed. They didn't perform in Port Harcourt. In the Lagos show. The Lagos show was a bit better. It was better. It was at Museum
Is he
Center.
finished?
You know, so that's my experience, my first experience, and my first
I
paid
am eternal,
show in. That's not
My
in
will
Abuja.
and my
Like they
strength.
paid me something that was like, yeah. That time I was seriously considering like quitting rap. Talked to Lambo was basically living in UK. British passport too. I was thinking, man, should I quit? This was 2002. But later went back to Abuja, continued my music. But then when I was done with rhythm, I found myself back in Lagos. And that was also time. The reason why I was studying music was just made everything better. It was a show that you all played before. As I moved, we have a show. After the show, and I looked at the show and I just said, sounds so tight. My name wasn't
Of all the night wolves I have fought,
Fly.
you are the
Then I asked one of
fiercest.
the organizers.
It must be why the Great Spirit chose me to wear the mantle.
You are also
Just
anomalous.
told us that you were
No
gonna
one
come.
has
Thank
ever
you for coming.
escaped the
Oh,
void.
thank you. Thank you for coming. They actually thought that we took my home for them. But I got paid. Sultan was the one that paid me money. And I realized Sound Sultan paid me out of the money they paid him. Like, wow, man, that's a really good person. You get one good person, hey, your whole career. Just thank God for that person. So he paid me out of his own money. He didn't have to do that. If he had just told me, hey, Mo, we're gonna go. I would have just gladly followed him and I would have performed because I was bored as hell. And then that wasn't the only show that we went to. There was another show that they performed. Your weakness gives me strength. I forgot this guy's name. Thousand Love. He was part of the organization and on our way to the show, Lambo made fun of him for 3 hours. can't do this. Kwame is my main man, but I can't do this. I just quietly stepped aside and I started building up with some other guys. I was talking to Illbliss for a while. Hooked up with the Thoroughbreds, the rest of the guys, BLF, rest in peace.
To buy us time.
All of them.
We must be rid of him before he recovers.
Sit down and talk. So I was just hanging with the Thoroughbreds most of the time, hanging with Eladio, and we used to go hang at the
Fujin, summon the wind.
That's where we're doing it. So, those were the good days. I went to the show. From when I went to
Where did you send him?
By that time, I went. They had
Chaos surrounds.
Guru.
Havoc will keep him entertained.
Nigeria, rest his soul.
Let's get to the Nether Realm. We're running out of time to find Sindel.
The main show had Shay Shodi, Idris Abdul Karim, and then Guru, I think. But then after that, we decided to do something for the hip hop world. So we went to that audition. We got on the show. But the catch was, even we artists,
No
the
sign
rappers
of
that got on the
Sindel.
show, we had to pay $500
Not
to get
entirely
in.
unexpected, given that she did not aid in the keep's defense.
So we went for the show.
What was her role
We
then?
performed.
If she
for
is
Guru,
such a
man. Guru
formidable
came down.
weapon.
They didn't even allow us to get, close to Guru. But after me and 6 Foot Plus performed, Guru came
Is
down
it possible
and showed us
that-
love. We were hanging with Guru the whole day. So yeah, those things were happening, man. So it was Benga Shokefun that organized
Great
that
spirit.
show. He's the brother, the senior
is it?
brother of T.Y.
My
Bello
revenant.
from Cookie. They were actually at the show too. So
The
I knew
Great
Benga from that
Spirit
time.
cannot save you.
Benga
Take them to the Bone Temple.
Kevin is a very magnetic person. He got stories for days. So we were talking. Then he just told me, "Hey man, what are you doing on Monday?" I was like, "Nothing much." And he was like, "Come see me in my office. Come see me in my office on Monday, man. Let's talk, man. I love your music. Let's talk. Let's talk business and everything." Then Benga said, "Yeah." Benga had this, "Yeah. He's on point. You gotta be on point. Yeah." So,
Where are we?
I said, "Okay." Talked to Mike Magic. Mike Magic said, "Yeah, man, Mode, man. Right now, you need a label. You need to jump on this, man." So at that time, there was another label that was like,
Raiden's violence
Africa
against our
something.
Lord
Africa,
will not
Africa,
go
Africa.
unavenged, Fuji.
Africa Unite. Nah, I forgot the name of the label.
Prepare
They were
to
chasing
pay for your brother's
J-Boy, Eddie Remedy's brother knew the guy, so he told me, "Yeah, the guys are serious." But me, I was like, the first person that shows that interest, boom, man, I'm on it. So
You look
on
well.
the next episode,
Death
I'm going to talk
becomes
about
you.
how I signed.
Always the
Question
trauma,
mark.
Shang Tsung.
Even though I didn't tell
I
you
will
how I left.
enjoy feeding
Payback's
Lord
on record,
Shinnok
but
your
technically,
soul.
I didn't really leave. Solo G just let me do my thing. You understand? Because he got so busy doing things. The other guys basically went and they did other things. But yeah,
But you,
next episode
Nightwolf,
is
you
how
get the privilege of
Sign
suffering
Accustom.
most. Only the best will do for the man who killed me.
I should have saved you. Hopefully we will today.
Alright, hi guys. This is Popcorn. Life of Mode 9. It's a movie. Grab your popcorn. Start chewing away. Alright, last week I basically just spoke about, just little things that happened to me here and there.
You can't
How
kill
me and my
Sindel,
first partner went
not
to
without
Mina to go
killing
and
my
perform.
revenant.
I'm not going to kill you.
It was crazy because I was actually telling one story and I just jumped into that story. And I want to even finish off the main story I was talking about, how we did a show at 123 Gym in Mina. And the video footage of that performance, I think it's still on, it's on YouTube, yeah. There's video footage of that performance, me and Terry the Rap Man doing It's About to Get Ugly. It was crazy. You know, those were the good old days. I remember when Solo did a show in University of Abuja, and we actually had P Square on the bill. That we paid P Square to perform. We invited Rough Rugged and Raw, Nitro, they all came. Nitro, that's big time Luciano and Dean the Magnificent, and Rough Rugged and Raw. We had J Gangster, B Right, and Hangman. Shout out to those brothers, because those brothers are the guys that were really holding it down for hip hop back then. Nobody seems to be talking about the old soldiers, the guys that, you know, really did for this hip hop industry. I'm going to talk about them because they did their bit, you know, they did their thing, and it would be so unfair to just ignore them. The fact that they even so-called shows, award shows, they never ever recognize these soldiers, but it's all good. We're gonna talk about them regardless. So yeah, we did that show. The show was good. Paid the guys. Everybody got paid except us because it was our show. You know, I did extra work, running around, going to the hotels, you know, just arranging stuff. And then after that, I think we did some more shows. We did some more shows here and there. I later on met a guy called Douglas Check-in. For those, we used to call him Dogman back then in Abuja. He was working for Rhythm, and he came to the crib, Troops the Spaceman. Now they had Wiz. At first when they came with the Wiz. Now the Wiz had already told them, these guys, they're very bad guys, these guys are not good guys, But you see, Douglas was already playing It's About to Get Ugly. I wasn't really listening to Rhythm radio in Abuja. I wasn't listening to radio, so I wouldn't know. I didn't know who he was. So I came to the crib, and you know, they weren't really saying much. You know, Wiz just came, sweet, whatever, man. And then I think we had a little bust up with Wiz here and there, just little things, man. So later on, Douglas saw me somewhere and he was like, hey, what are you doing, man? You're doing this music thing, trying to tell, while you're doing the music thing, would you like to come and, you know, work out with him? And I was like, man, I wouldn't mind. So what I was doing is that he'll just come to the crib, he'll pick me, scoop me up, and then we'll go to Rhythm and just do his show together. I wasn't even a staff, nothing. I would just be on his show. So I was doing that a lot, doing it. So JJ, I knew JJ from Lagos because I used to go to Rhythm to hang out with my main man, LD. Lockdown Dom. He was working at Rhythm. He was working there since probably 98 or something like that. So JJ saw me because JJ came to Abuja and he saw me. He was like, Mode 9. What's up, man? You wanna work here? He now said something. He said, He said, at first when they're trying to get the job, they're there early. They're always early. But when you give them the job, they're always late. Now, he must have not known who I was. So I just chuckled, I laughed, you know. Then he told me to do a little audition thing. So I went into the production room. Shout out to DJ Yodi. DJ Yodi was there. He did the little production thingy for the audition. He made me an audition. You have to just introduce yourself. Hi, blah, 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 blah. My name is Mode 9, this, that. I want to play music, blah, blah, blah. Talk about something, and then that's it. They just want to hear you sign on. And then the texture of your voice and see if you can flow. If you can do everything cool. So after that, I think they checked it out and they're like, okay, yeah, you know. So they started me off and I was working there. I was working at Rhythm. But working in a radio station is not as easy as you think. Like, I got people attacking me, telling me I'm always playing hip hop. Yes, I did play a lot of hip hop because I was a hip hop cat. But yeah, I tried my best. did play some nice R&B because I know music. They play some nice soul. They tried to punish me at one time. They tried to punish me, and they changed my show to Rhythm of the Night. That's 10 o'clock to 12 midnight. Meaning you can only play mid-tempo and slows and everything. But I had a ball. I was like, play some nice, putting together some Lionel Richie, and then I made up this character called DJ Sugar Sugar.
And hope Shiva
Ray.
There's
2 sugars and 3 rays. So I was having fun with it. You know, the phone lines weren't really working, so I was just playing music and, you know, having a ball.
Yes.
Yeah, those were the good days, man. Then there was a guy.
To insult me.
They made him head of station, and he started trying to pick on me.
Is far below your present station, Your Highness.
He said that they should. He said I insulted him on air. That they should suspend me. So they suspended me, right? They suspended me. Very few people know about this. They suspended me. You know what I did? I took the first flight. Shout out to Abu Marwa. He just gave me a flight ticket. Boom. Jeez.
You're welcome to Popcorn, the life of Mode 9.
Popcorn. You're welcome to Popcorn, the life of Mode 9. It's a movie, yo. Yeah, we were talking about Cry last episode. But then again, I'm going to tell you how Cry, or what happened when I went to South Africa for Channel O Music Video Award. It was crazy. I never left Nigeria for music before, you know. Never. So I didn't know what to expect. I was like, never been to South Africa. That was the first time I went to South Africa. But guess what? I was a big fan. I was a big fan of South African hip-hop. Shout out to Proverb. Proverb happened to be one of my favorite rappers back then, but I recognized people like Amu, rest in peace, Mischief. Mischief was the first South African rapper that I listened to, and I was like, whoa, I'm fashionable, right? Yeah, he had one song called Fashionable. I love that album. I think I dubbed that album when I went to Rhythm in 1998, I think. I was in Rhythm in 1998, and I just saw the album, and I just dubbed it. I was like, I gotta dub this. This is hot. Because I couldn't find it anywhere, man. That's why I dubbed it. If I had seen it in the streets, I would have bought it. But yeah, I dubbed it. It was dope. So going to South Africa, I was like, wow, this is a dream come true. We went with the whole Nigerian contingent. Storm Records were there. Uchi, the African rock star, he was, you know, just bouncing off the walls. He was cool. Daria Talade was there. Who else? Then was Sasha there? I'm not sure if Sasha P was there. I think Sasha was there. She was there. Yeah. She was there. Yep, I remember. So it was me, Nena, Street Monks, and Silver Sadi. We were all there. Now, when we were going to South Africa, they forced us. I had one good question mark t-shirt. We all had some nice question mark t-shirts, but they made one for me. So when we were going to South Africa, they forced us to wear it at the airport. I wanted to keep it so that I can wear it at the award show. But it was like, Wale was like, no, you have to wear it. Now, Wale used to just push us around like little children. Honestly, I didn't really appreciate how he talked to us. Honestly, from the heart, I didn't really like him. You understand? I didn't hate him. Hate is a very strong word. Sometimes he tried to be cool, but you know that kind of guy that, you know, when he tries to be cool, he's trying too hard. And he came off like that. All right. I just said, let me just calmly stay away from him. But I was kind of cool with Benga. Cool with Benga. Benga used to manage UGO, The Source, Madaraka. Shout out to Madaraka. So, but Kevin was super cool.
Empress.
No, so they forced us to wear the question mark t-shirts. Okay, we were. And then we go to South Africa. It was dope. The hotel we went to was far away from town. So a couple of my friends came through. Shout out to Cosmos. Cosmos came through too. one guy that was working with question mark, chef, he turned out to be a very terrible person. So I don't think I'm gonna mention him.
You've captured her revenant.
Because I went to South Africa in 2016.
Fujin and I can restore her to life.
He cheated me.
Why?
Got me
To
some
make a
shows,
slave of her,
didn't
as Quan
pay,
Chi
the
did?
shows didn't
So that
pay,
she can
he was
aid
supposed
us
to pay me when I
against
got back to
Veronica.
Nigeria. And he sent
you
me
have
very
my
little
vow.
money, and then he said,
She
"Want to
will
pay for
return
transport
free
to
of
Dublin
all
for this?" Who
influence.
does that, man? So that guy has
As
been
I
cancelled,
recall,
you know.
you were bloodbound
But I
to
love his
Empress
sister. His sister
Sindel.
is cool.
I was her
But he's
protector
terrible.
for life.
So yeah,
How
Cosmos
it must
came,
have
took us
pained
out,
you
you know,
when
we had a
she
nice
died.
time. Remember the awards?
That
The
was
sad
not
thing
your
was that
fault.
the hotel that we're
You could
in,
not
right,
save
breakfast
her
was free, but
then.
if you wake up late, you're missing
Now
breakfast.
you can.
I always went out, and I always
Then
missed
I-
breakfast. There was one
No.
party that
We must present
the
this to
Nigerian,
Kitana Khan.
Respectfully, Your Highness.
ambassador
If
to
we
South
approach
Africa
Kitana,
for us. There
she'll
were
cut
drinks
Shang
all
Tsung's
over
head
the
off.
place.
Kitana
So I met this
never
lady, right?
appreciated my
And
contributions
she
to the
was sitting down
Empire.
drinking with me, we're just
Like
talking,
replacing her with
having a
an
good
evil
time.
clone.
And then she saw me drinking.
Yes.
She saw me drinking. Is it Hennessy? Because we Nigerians, we love
Time
Hennessy.
is
We love the
short, Great
brown.
Shiva. We must
She-
act
she
now
said,
and beg
hey,
Kitana's
let me tell you
forgiveness later.
Take
After
that brown and
restoring
throw
her
it
mother.
away.
Will you
So I
help
was like,
us?
why would I throw it away? She said, "Don't trust me, ne."
By
So
concealing
I
you
just
from
dropped it somewhere. I
Kitana,
didn't even throw
I
it away.
betray my
Don't believe
oath
in
to
throwing
her.
drinks away. So she now made
But
me
my
a drink,
life
vodka
belongs
with
to
lime and
Sindel.
something. So do you know what? After that day, I
You
started
will be
drinking
recognized
vodka
by
all the
Kitana's
time.
Imperial
We were really
Guard.
tipsy, so we didn't wake
True.
up early in the morning. We missed
They
breakfast
won't
again.
take to me
And our
kindly.
place was so far out that once you miss breakfast, you have to wait till afternoon to eat. Because
That
you couldn't
will
go out to
do.
get anything. It was far. But it was cool when we went for the award show. I think we changed hotels when we went for on the day before the award show. We changed hotels.
We've made it this
We
far.
changed hotels.
There's a stairway beyond those doors.
So,
and at the
When
top,
we got there, I think we saw
soul
Source Kid and
chamber.
TBS. Now there's an incident that happened back in Lagos. But the funny thing is that Source Kid was not even there when that thing happened. It was just TBS and a couple of guys. So when I saw Source Kid, I didn't know. Me and Kevin, we sat down, we talked to them, man. They were cool, man. Source Kid and TBS, they were cool. So I was just like, man, whatever, man. We're all from Nigeria, representing Nigeria and South Africa, man. Let's just do this, man. So yeah, went to the award show, getting ready. I was like, there's no way that I'm gonna wear that t-shirt that I wore to travel to South Africa. There's no way that I'm gonna wear it at the award show. I wore something else, and then while it came, it was like, everybody should wear
it is the Khan's business,
everybody
Veronica.
should wear the question mark t-shirt. I'm like, oh my God, I started again. So it's like, in order to just, let peace reign, I took the dirty t-shirt that I'd worn going to South Africa. I took it and I put it on again. I had to spray it with perfume and just spit. But what I did was I had a jacket on. Enjoyed the show. Why did these people get me to perform, man? I could have killed this show, man. But we didn't perform. I think Dario performed. And some other people, there was a girl from Mozambique, she didn't really like
What do you say
Nigerians. Her
we
name was
skip the
Esme.
preliminaries and y'all
Her
come with
entourage
us quietly?
We're talking smack
We'll have a
about
nice
us.
friendly chat.
How
with
did I find
Kitana
out?
Khan.
Faustino,
There's
there
no
was a guy
time
that I
for
met
chat.
called Faustino.
We must get to the
I think
soul
that's his
chamber
name.
urgently.
He was a rapper from
Then go on and get to
Botswana,
it.
so you understood.
We're taking Shang.
Okay, was it Portuguese? No, Portuguese.
that
He
coffin.
understood. They were speaking Portuguese. So he understood. They were talking smack about us. And now tapped me and he said, hey, you know the name from Nigeria. I was like, yeah. Then we started talking. Then he said, hey, these people, not very good people. They don't like you guys, man. They were talking about you guys. Making fun of you guys. I said, whatever, man. I don't care. I'm just here to just attend your award
My
and have fun.
sincere apologies.
So, the award show happened. I won 3 awards. 3. You know what? Before, people weren't really paying too much attention. But shout out to DJ Waxy. DJ Waxy did a party. Threw a party for us.
Not warned.
That party
Our
was
cottons
banging.
are all mouth and
There's some
no
lovely
ears.
people in that party, man. It was nice.
Fight!
Jimmy Jack was there. Shout out to Jimmy Jack. Shout out to Ayo Animation and Jimmy Jack for talking to This is what they told Kevin Luciano. If I'm lying, I'm flying. Representing you guys are doing well. Get him a car. Fix me right up. Good times. They have my back. So I won 3 Channel Music Video Award. And right after the award show, we go to the next big party. All the ladies wanted to dance with me. I was talking to everybody. I remember when we were winning. And then before I went for the interview, Wally just held my hand and it was like, man, I'm gonna tell the truth. When I won the award at my speech, I gave a shout out to the guys that edited the video. Now, if you win a music video award and you don't shout out the guys that edited the video, that shot the video, what does that mean? It's a terrible person. So I gave the Geckos a shout out. Shout out to the Geckos, Remy and Remy, Salah, Kubams, question mark. Yeah, that's my team. One of the team question mark shot the video.
You
I was
speak
like, no,
when
bro.
you should listen.
Because when I remember when I was shooting Cry, all of them, the 3 directors went to go and shoot. They went to Silver Sadi to get me, we took a cab to go and shoot Cry. I remember clearly. They just abandoned me, and guess what? At the end of the day, no disrespect to Silver. The Silver video came back whack, horrible, terrible. They had to reshoot it. The first version, they were in the video. The second version, they had to take them up. Nah, you guys don't belong in this video.
Fight!
Beautiful song. So yeah, they reshot it. When they reshot it, it was good. But after we shot those videos, we shot them on the same day, but they went 3 directors. One person could have at least come to go and overlook on first. Maybe they felt so the 2 of them went silver. So I remember the next day, being an out how was your video shoot? I was like, yeah, it was okay. He said, no, we don't do okay, question mark, no, you gotta be on point. So I was like, okay, I'm not there now, so why are you using your brain? Deserve no tears. You know, I think I was he was a bit of a nutter, so I was like, okay, it was good. I was stopping from making noise, man. Dude, man, calm your pants. So it was when the video for the Cry came out, everybody was like, damn. These guys, the Geckos killed it. They took their time just as much time they were gonna kill. And they killed it, and that was what made me bring that award. So everybody's talking about, and I'm gonna say this for the last time. I don't podcast to put anybody down. Something that it's a view South Africa after we won, yes, question mark, we picked these kids off the streets and we fed them, we clothed them, and we did this, we taught them, we groomed them, that's me. No, bro, I already had the group, the only person I can only one person, and that's Solo D. No other person. Because without Solo D, if I didn't meet Solo D, I think I would have been very, very average. I wouldn't have really understood hip-hop. You have to understand hip-hop before you do it. And Solo D made me understand hip-hop. So for him to come and say he picked us up from the street, I remember that I would never forget that interview he did. He made us really look bad. We were looking crazy out there.
Know your place, Outlander.
But I was still happy because I won 3 awards. I didn't care what he said. But it
Let's
really
move
hurt
quickly.
me, touched me. Nobody took me from the streets. I had a place to lay my head. I was moving.
What in Argus's name is happening out here?
If they gave me a choice to go back in time,
Shang
question mark.
I thought I saw you slither away from
Took
the
me to the next
Colosseum.
level. So yeah,
You
Channel music
always
video,
were
3 awards,
perceptive.
dope.
We have no wish to fight, Jade.
2006.
This is
The next
Sindel's
episode, I'm
revenant.
going to tell you what happened when I went back
We can
to
restore
South
her
Africa.
to life, so she
How
can
I
join
got
the
that.
fight
This
against
is my world.
Kronika.
I rule. I run
Please,
things.
Jade,
This
we
is my
must
world. The
enter.
glow tour.
You have
How I
yet to
jumped on
convince
glow.
me.
The glow
Even
tour
if you
and
do,
how I
the
did
soul
the glow
chamber
advert.
is occupied.
So,
Kotal uses it to mend his broken spine. Disrupting him now could leave his injuries permanent.
I promise we will not disturb him.
Your promises are empty, sorcerer.
We will not harm Kotal. As my ally, you should trust me. So much for Adenian loyalty.
Fight.
Welcome to Popcorn, the life of Marine Nine. Last episode I talked about I stopped,
Suffer.
the point where Kevin, Luciano, I was talking to me, Louis, Elazio, a couple of other guys at the show. He was like, how's that Mike Magic? He was the manager at that time. You guys come see me. So the other Africa Pride, that was a to sign up. So I was calling him on the phone, the guy was kind of slow, you know, let's kind of like, you know, question mark, being crazy, more serious. I'm working
For the show card.
the way it goes, boom, you're there, standing in the office, Kevin started telling some more stories, we were just gisting and everything. It was like, the atmosphere was very calm, you know. It was very inviting, warm for an artist. And I saw the studio, he showed me the studio.
You will
He was
recover.
like, this is the Pro Tools, my key, this is that, this is my mic, Newman, this, and Kevin knew the technical, he knew about equipment, he knew about studio gear. I didn't know nothing, all I knew how to do was make some weak beats with Fruity Loops. I didn't know how to, Elisha used to tell me, man, your drums are weak. But I used to use Fruity Loop drums, Elisha, what do you expect? I didn't really know much, I just, playing around with it. So he showed me the studio and we talked some more. Then some of the artists started coming in. Like I was very familiar with a couple of the guys. Like Ruffman, I knew Ruffman from the days where we used to meet at Rhythm FM.
Do we wait? Or do we wake him?
I used to mix rap and So yeah, they came in, they said, hey Modo, I didn't know till you, I knew Ruffman. So hey Modo, then we started talking. What's good, man? Ruffman, long time, blah 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 blah. Then he had this girl.
And why is
her
he
brother was
here?
Benga's friend.
Later,
So I think her brother
For now, we
introduced
must.
her
I
to Benga.
recall my
And
captivity
her
in
name was
your
Nena.
flesh pits
I just saw the way they
all too
kind of like
well.
looked down on her a little bit. You know, she just came from the east. She was just fresh from the east. I wasn't fresh off the boat, man. I wouldn't say that. But yeah, she was from the east. But yeah, she was cool. She could sing very well. But you know, when
You need
come
more
on the
time
strength
to
of your
heal.
brother knowing someone.
I am strong enough to kill him.
Whatever. So
Today he is our ally. With his
veteran.
sorcery,
I met
Sindel
him through
can live again.
the KD
Necromancy is
connection.
forbidden.
LD.
You have taken
This guy
leave of
is
your senses.
solid. He's a live performer,
Reverse the
crazy guy.
spell
man.
you have
Very
cast
good
on that
performer.
sorcerer.
Very good album singer. Soul singer. He performs live. He used to perform with a band. So I was like, yeah, Silver Sally is official. Then they had
Do
one
your
other girl
work.
called
I
Gloria.
can hold
They had a
Kotal.
couple of people, but those are the main artists who
Dare obstruct my justice.
So
You wish to keep all four arms. Stand
They
aside.
were about to sign a deal with Kobe.
Fight.
No, it wasn't that. But they were going to London. That's something else. Yeah, I remember they were going to London. While I was on my way in, question mark, Asha was on my way. To be on my album. But she already knew. She doesn't want to record at question mark studio. But we never go around speaking about something really busy. I think she signed a deal with Naive Records. Essentially, we went to France and she was playing and she's a big artist in France right now. So enough respect to Asha. Power to you. So yeah, I talked to Kevin some more and then I had these videos. I had a video of I tried to give these videos to MTV for the guy I had classical music. But he said, exhibit paparazzi. He's trying to be sharp. No, not really. Studies with how that video was shot. Shout out to DJ T. We're gonna talk
I'll
about
submit
DJ T.
to
The impact of
Katana Khan's
DJ T
justice,
on my career.
not yours.
Heavy. Shout out to DJ T. So yeah, to go to Abuja. I took money from the label, question mark. I went to Abuja. Went to G-Links and I said, G-Links, you gotta do a remix of this over. So G-Links is sampled every
Queen Shiva.
So we chopped it up and then I went back to
Katana
Lagos and then we
Hold your
replaced
tongue.
that.
Jade told me
video.
everything.
And then we gave MTV Nigeria.
Nothing good
That
can
was
come
still,
from that sorcerer's
and Kevin
hand.
just told me, don't worry,
You
we're
will
going to
restore
London.
your
This is what,
mother,
Kevin, I hadn't signed the question mark deal. Okay,
For
wait,
1,000
I hadn't
years,
signed the
I've
question
dreamed
mark
of seeing
deal.
her alive again. But
I
her
hadn't signed
soul
it.
deserves better than to be
Again, the
corrupted by
story all
shame
twisted
soon.
up. I hadn't
This
signed the deal
perversion
yet.
ends.
So this is what happened. They put the contract in front of me and had my DVD. So like,
How
we're
quickly
going
your
to
oath
England
to me
this
has
night.
broken
If
Shiva.
you sign this
I
contract,
have been
we're going
bound
to
to
take
your
videos and
mother
put them
for
on MTV.
millennia.
And
I
was
must
like, I looked
honor
at God.
her.
I was like, God, if you're gonna get, if anything happens and I need to get out of this deal, God, you need to protect your son. And I signed it. Mike Magic wasn't even there. And I called Mike Magic. I said, yo, I signed the contract. He said, hey, did you check the contract with the lawyer? He said, I signed it. I just remember this one. We had a messed up deal, but we signed it. I signed it, my first deal. No, not my first deal. I signed it. Time Records deal. The Payback Time Records deal was very fair. My first experience as an artist was a record deal. I felt like but the Payback Time Records deal was very fair. It was a fair deal. What people say
You will
is
suffer.
The more the deal favors the artist, the less favorable it is on a whole. Because the label, there's a guy that had a 1920
Neil, you
don't want to say his name. He had a 1920 deal. I think when you told us this, maybe I go get your social media. Anything the guy needs to, the label just sit down and get it 20. They won't spend a dime, they won't do everything in the radio 20. If you sign a deal and the label tries to get like a 50-50 deal, then our deal was 5%, 75, the artist gets 75, and the label gets 25. The label is awesome to get things so they can get their money in the That's it. They took my video to we had to change but they played it. And I was on MTV. I was like, wow. I was doing, because of Question Mark, I was on
Forgive
different
me,
platforms.
Katana Khan.
Question Mark was a proper label at that time. They had power. People respected Question Mark. Because of that, back to me. All those people who turned their back on me. Started recording my album for Question Mark. Started recording it, and guess what? Obi Asika, I would have signed to Storm because Elajo, the night that Elajo was going to this event that Storm organized, I was tired, so I slept. Now, if I had gone to that
Welcome back, Your
I
Highness.
know I would have signed to Storm Records.
It
because
pleases
Obi
me
Asika,
to see
Obi Asika
you
is one
too.
person that when I sat down, talked to
Am I
him, he was
alive?
like, man, right? Like,
Is
he
this
was
real?
just a cool dude, man.
It
He
is,
understood
Lady
the
Sindel.
music. He was just
A miracle
laid
we
back.
could not have
We'll go to his
achieved
place, right? Me
without
and Elijah
your
will go
most
to- he has
loyal
this man
subject.
cave. We'll watch soccer.
Shiva?
We can play video games,
Empress,
but most of all, I'll just
Though
go there
today
and
I
listen
have
to
aided
music.
you, too often
He
have
had
I failed to
CDs. That's why
protect
I saw
you.
Reggie Rockstone
I am
CD.
not worthy.
And I dug that CD.
Nonsense.
I know I kinda
Today,
I ripped it
you
on my
give me
laptop.
the greatest
Shout out to
gift,
Obi Asika.
a second
And
chance.
that's when
Your duty is
Lisa
fulfilled.
Dubois jumps in.
I am in your debt
Just
now.
comes in.
Thank you,
Lisa Dubois
Empress.
just comes in. He just
Where
comes
is
in.
my daughter?
Oh, Budan. What's up, Budan? Yeah, I'm cool. It was just
Katana.
a dope place to be, man. Obi will come, we discuss soccer, everything.
It is me,
Football,
Katana, your
hip-hop,
mother.
And Obi was a big Jay-Z fan.
I
So
want to
yes,
feel
I know
joy,
that I would
but
have signed to Storm,
all
but
I
you know,
feel is
the
I was
way it
only a
works is
child
crazy,
when
man.
you-
I just sat out.
you.
I sat out that
How could
show,
you kill
that event, 'cause
yourself?
I was tired.
Why did
and
you
I went to go
abandon
and
me?
see Question Mark.
I did
and I
neither,
signed to
Katana.
Question Mark.
After being
that day.
forced to wed
So I
Shao
came back,
Kahn, I
told
ran
her,
afoul
and I
of
signed
Quan
to
Chi.
Question Mark. He said, oh,
He
okay.
accused me of
I'm rolling with
distracting
Storm. I
Shao
was like,
Kahn.
okay.
Then the
Now, both of
miscreants
us,
murdered me
you
and
guys
staged
know
my
Storm.
death as a
I'll be here
suicide.
with Question Mark. And like,
As I had
Kevin,
always
those were
suspected.
cool,
But all this
the
time,
Storm dudes, Obi Asika,
everything I've been
Tola,
told about you, it's all lies.
Tola and
What can I trust?
Lisa.
Trust
So, yeah,
that I
that's
loved
how
your father,
We started
Jared.
doing our thing.
Trust
So
that
Obi came
I
to the
love
studio when I
you.
recorded Cry. Now Cry was a joint that me and Kobams we sat down. and
Oh,
started
Mother.
recording. We're listening to Common's album.
This reunion is a blessing. But we
Listen,
have
listen,
little
listen,
time
go back
to
and say,
celebrate.
"You want something?"
We must
Feels
leave
like
for
this, I
Shang
was like,
Tsung's
yeah.
island to finish our
So,
quest.
He started playing the
I
guitar.
would go with you.
He started doing
Fight
it.
by your
Don't
side.
You know, don't you know? And I was like,
Outworld
nah,
needs its
don't do
kind.
that. Just say something
I
to the
know.
people. So he just did
Rest
that.
assured,
Oh,
Kitana,
Alani.
I will
Yes,
come
that's
home.
it. So he sampled that, he did that, put the drums and everything. It was crazy. So I told him to put it in the
Sindel has been
I
restored.
didn't want to write there in the studio. I took
Shang
it
Tsung
home when I
would
wrote.
only undertake
Came
such an
back,
arduous
voiced it.
task if her aid
Got Nena
promised
to
a
do the hook.
decisive
Shola recorded
advantage.
Nena doing the hook.
She
because
is
Cobhams
but
wasn't
one
around.
mortal,
The first hook
And
Cobhams
one
did,
of the
we got
few
Nena to
who can
do it.
harm you.
And
I
when she
fear
did
no
it,
harm.
They are at
was
Shang Tsung's island.
magnifique.
Your crown.
I think
Shang
the day that
Tsung
we finished
knows.
it,
Then our
maybe
time
Jessica
for
came to the
preparation is
studio.
over. Go to the island now.
We just said, this is a hit. This is a hit.
We cannot win
Kevin
their
put
hearts,
back
so do
Kevin,
not
before
try.
I started recording
Do
my
not
album,
permit your
Question
better
Mark,
nature
Kevin
to
just
compromise
told
you.
me one thing. He said,
I understand, Mother.
please give me an album I can sell. And he never disturbed any of my studio sessions. He just stayed away. He just let me create. And I really respect that, because at that point in time, if he was like all over me, that would have messed me up. The only person I wasn't feeling among the directors, question mark, was he came in later and he was Wale's friend. So I didn't like I just didn't like him. I wasn't feeling him, man. So yep, we did Cry, and Cry was gonna be a hit. Sent it to radio stations, and then when we shot the video, things changed. The next episode, I'm gonna talk about how we won 3 Channel O Music Video Awards. All right, I'll see you next week. Peace.
You're welcome to Popcorn, the life of Mode 9.
Popcorn, the life of Mode 9, the podcast. So yeah, I moved to Lagos in January 2005. Now, I was a Lagos dude before going to Abuja. I was brought up in Lagos. When we came back from London, we lived in Lagos, man. For most of my life, I've been in Lagos. So, but I actually started doing my music proper. Like, people started like taking note of Mode 9 from when I was doing my music in Abuja. So they just clearly thought that, hey, he's from the north. When I went to Lagos and I do the little interviews here and there, they always ask me one question: hey, when are you gonna go back? I was like, I just realized that if I tell them I'm not going back, there's a problem. So I'm like, I'm going back next week. So I was always lying to them, like, I'm going back next week. So I think after like a few weeks, I started getting, cash flow was low. I stayed in my brother's house, and sometimes I'll be inside the house. I'll be in the house just sitting down, man, depressed. And my brother will come back, aren't you going out? I'm like, I'm not going out. And he would just give me some money. He was like, yo, you have to go out. You know, if nothing good will come to you sitting down at home. Now, this was before social media, before we had our phones, before we could jump on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, before you could do stuff with people. But now you can be at home and not leave your house and make all the money, do all the trading you want, do your Forex, do your videos, do your YouTube, do your mukbang, your ASMR. You can do it from home now. But back then, you couldn't do squat diddly. You couldn't do nothing. So all I used to do was, I didn't even have a laptop then. I didn't own a laptop. All I did was just sit down. I had a Walkman, a disc. It was a Discman. I had a Discman that I bought in Abuja. I had CDs, so I'll just be listening to music and, trying to write here and there. So I used to go hang out with Sound Sultan and Babadi. Now listen, Babadi, years before 2005, like 3 years before then, in 2002, when I left Abuja for a couple of months and I was in Lagos, I hung out with Sultan and Babadi. They gave me my first paid show. That is why I got so much love for Sound Sultan and his brother Babadi. I was chilling in their house and everything, we're just talking, and then there was a show that somebody gave them. They didn't want to go for the show, so Babadi took the phone from Sultan. He was hyping me. He was like, "Do you know Mode 9? One of the baddest rapper based in Abuja." Whoa. He sold me to the guy. And the guy said, okay, yeah. I think the money that he paid me was like 70K. 70,000 naira is a lot of money then, man. For real though. So I did the show, you know. So it was a fashion show they had. It was 2 shows. One show in Port Harcourt. I think Rugged Man and Anomalous were on that show too. One show in Port Harcourt, then one show in Lagos. So in the show in Port Harcourt, there was an incident when we jumped on the bus because we were going. It was a fashion show with models. So there was this guy called Charles, Mr. MTN.